Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 everybody, to another live streaming broadcast with Creative Mike. Yours truly. I have a very, very special guest today here in the studio. He's somebody that is close to me. He is a little bit older than me. I would say we are family, right?
Your family.
And I've known him for a very long time, actually, right? I've known you for wait, how old are you now?
I'm 40.
43, 43. But do you the question is, do you feel 43?
I don't.
You don't, right? So one thing I know about you is that you never act 43, you never acted 45, you didn't even act 30.
Yeah.
So tell us tell the audience, like, what brings out the inner child in you that just always wanted to have fun and just have a good time, because since I've known you, you've never, you're responsible and everything, but you always know how to look at the bright side. You always look at the positivity out there. You always look at the good in people. So what is it that whenever you walk into the room you smile? Like, what makes you smile, is, I guess, is the question I've always wanted to ask you.
You know what? I guess is the people. Once you have to kind of be around the people, and so you appreciate the life, appreciate everything. Life is brings at you because life is not easy.
Yeah.
And there is ups and downs, and we have to think positively on everything. you know so I just recently, to answer your question, is my daughter that
Hmm.
actually is giving me new outlook on my life.
Yeah.
you know so and we have to feed off of that, I guess, all
Hmm.
of the positive things that are around us, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, the one thing that I always see is just whenever we go, whenever me and you are around, even if we don't talk for like 6 months, the minute we're around each other, it's like we've lived with each other for like years, right? It's almost
Right.
like this camaraderie, this unbreakable bond that we have for so many years, right? Like, if you guys don't know, so he's actually we call him Rafael from Spain. It's like an inside joke that we did one time at a party at my house. But the funny thing is that this guy, whenever I need him for any sort of construction purposes, he's there for me. Like, I don't even have to ask him twice. He's like, what do you need, and how do you want to get it done? And it's crazy because I've literally, I want to thank you for that. First of all, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for always being there for me, for being there for my family. Whenever we needed you, you were there, you came by. You're obviously very handy. You're in construction. So if anybody out here is looking for a good construction person, we're gonna talk a little bit about it a little bit more. But this guy is a general contractor, so he does everything. He does a lot of different things, and he's done a lot of great and big projects. He's worked with a lot of great people in the Chicagoland area, and he does some phenomenal work. I mean, I just don't let people work on my house. He did my whole kitchen, he did my bathroom, and everything. Right. So, I'm very picky with who I choose. Obviously, I know.
You are super picky.
I'm super big. Yeah. I'm like my mom. My mom always has like the worst experience with like contractors. I don't know what it is. So recently my mom's like, "Oh, mom, I found like this really, really good contractor. He's Polish, he's great." I'm telling you, second 2 days in of the job, my mom's calling me. She's like, "I hate this guy. I want to fire him. He's messing up my tiles. My
Should have
tile."
called me.
I know, I'm telling you. He's like, "My tiles are crooked." I'm like, "Mom, it's because you want everything perfect. It's not a robot doing your bathrooms or your kitchens. It's a human being. They have flaws and they're gonna make mistakes, right?" So it's almost like the energy that my
I
that my
guess
mom.
it's like the saying, you get what you pay for it. It's
Yeah.
like, if you want a good quality
Mhm.
contractor,
Yeah.
obviously, you kind of have to check the prices around. I would recommend for everybody, but still, you don't want to go with the least expensive contractor, because obviously then you'll get into situations like that.
Yeah.
The product is not gonna be perfect, and so
No, I know. And the funny thing was she didn't pick the cheapest contractor either. She picked she had a few quotes. And obviously we're Polish, right? So Polish people are typically known for being good in construction. Me myself, I'm not handy at all, guys. Like me, I have keyboard fingers. There's no calluses on my hands, none of that stuff. So I am not handy at all. I do know how to do some things. I could put up a picture. Maybe a little nail, maybe like mixed tiles, stuff like that. I'll do it.
we actually did this wall together.
Yeah, we did. We just so this wall we finished it up today. I had a handyman come from Thumbtack. Shout out to Thumbtack, but man, you guys got to get better with your handyman out there. God, man, geez, like a lot of you guys don't even speak English on Thumbtack, and you guys coming in here and I can't even communicate with you. Nothing against not speaking English, but coming in here and like we can't even say to each other. You don't even have like an app out, just to translate with me. So, and the funny thing is, most people I've been getting off of Thumbtack are either Russian or Ukrainian. Not even Russian, Ukrainian. I used to get off of Thumbtack a lot of Hispanics. Fantastic people. Love Hispanics. I do so much work with Hispanics. I love their work. I love their culture. I love everything about Hispanics. And I was getting a lot of them from Thumbtack, and they were fantastic. And all of a sudden, I started getting a lot of Russians and Ukrainians, and they were doing a pretty good job. But the thing is, like, there's just no communication. I can't understand anything they're saying. I'm pointing, hey, do this, do this. They say yes, I understand, and all of a sudden, my nail is not in this wall; it's in the other wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like just some sort of communication helps. The funny thing is the way they trick you is they'll text you because they'll probably use like Google Translate, and they'll text you like, oh yeah, I understand, and you send me pictures, you send me pictures, and I'm coming over, and then all of a sudden it's like like, oh yeah, I had this one guy paint my closet downstairs, okay, and he's painting, and I'm like, and then he finishes painting, and he's like, money. I'm like, dude, I'm like, there's like one coat of paint on the closet doors. It's translucent, so I see the old paint. I'm like, what am I gonna pay you for? I'll come back tomorrow and finish the job. He's like, oh no, we don't work like that. We get paid by the hour. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're coming off a Thumbtack. We mean you get paid by the hour. I'm not employing you. So this guy's like sitting there in my garage, in my doorway, in my door, in my garage, in my doorway, and it's like he's like waiting for me to like say something or zell him. I'm just like, this was just the most awkward experience ever. Some 19-year-old from Ukraine just barely spoke English, and yeah, nothing against the people or anything, but just just no communication whatsoever. I couldn't even he didn't call his boss or nobody, and I'm like, man, that's not how we work. Like we if you want to finish the job, I'll pay you 50%. Just come back tomorrow. He wouldn't even take 50% of the money.
Mhm.
And he did a shit job too. It was horrible. Like and but so a lesson of the day to me right now is actually going to be is painting is a skill. Painting is a skill. Guys, if you're listening, painting is a skill. I will say that over and over again. If you are a painter, if you are a handyman, don't paint. Do your handiwork. Like painting, like I got these guys, man, that man, they're like artists with a paintbrush. They go up, make these perfect, beautiful lines. Like I just want to hire them to come to my house and just paint, okay? Because it looks so nice. But going back to this guy, so he comes back, he's always on his phone. He starts painting, and he's like, I'm done. I'm like, all right, so I go downstairs. There's paint from my closet doors on my wall. There's paint on my in my storage room from him painting the door. he took off some of the doors, painted them in the garage. He's like, I'm done. I'm like, all right, Mike, dude, okay, listen here, man. How much do I owe you? Just get out of here, man. I'm done. I'm done with this. Just I don't need this anymore. You're just giving me anxiety. Okay, because I could have probably painted it better myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could have probably painted it better myself. so so
You have to kind of see I'll tell you a little bit about what I do. I mean, obviously, I try to hire the most qualified people for the job, and we do a lot of it. Uh, but obviously, there is part of it that we train our guys the right way. You have to do everything the right way and protect people, property. And that's probably, I think that's the most important thing.
yeah,
So.
I definitely agree with you. But that's what I'm saying. Is like everybody in these apps is like just taking these jobs, right? Like painting, like painting. You would think it's easy, but it's not that easy.
Well,
Like,
you have to take certain steps,
yeah,
to kind of protect and people property, and then just just try not to splash that's, I mean, you kind of have to be professional about everything.
yeah. I mean, literally, he had no paint, no painter's tape, nothing. Just came in. He came in with a brand new BMW, right? Just came in.
Maybe that was a boss.
That was the boss. Came in with a brand new BMW. I didn't even have a BMW, man.
See, now
I
you
mean,
have to get into painting, I guess.
what are these guys making on Thumbtack, man? What am I doing here? Busting my butt, doing real estate, flipping houses, investing, wholesaling, buying, teaching, and these guys are pulling up in brand new BMWs. Here I am driving a Kia. Like what is going on? Maybe I should get into just
And we
saying,
buy it all cash.
yeah, we buy it all cash. They buy it all cash too because they don't pay taxes, obviously, right? Nothing against not paying taxes, but yeah, I get it. I mean, if I was getting Zelled all day, I wouldn't pay a penny to the government for what, right? The money's going to be wasted away anyways. Money's printed every single day. Money's useless. The more, and here's something I want to tell you: the more I listen to my mentors and all these big guys like Grant Cardone, Pace Morby, all of them, money is useless. Money is just a piece of paper that's being printed every single day, and the government and the feds, all they do is they just turn on the printing machine, print out $20 billion, and that's it. And then boom, inflation goes up, and then all our costs of goods go up, and then we sit here, we slave for money. What are we slaving for? So that's why, starting then, this year, last year, I'm just buying assets, just assets. Like I know recently you bought yourself a house in Indiana, right? Why don't you talk about that? What made you buy a house in Indiana, and what made you make that step to investing?
Well, it's a it's a big step where basically I was looking between Indiana and Wisconsin, and then it, took me a year actually to find the right property, because it's to find a good deal. Honestly, these days you kind of it's very hard. For every good deal there is 10 investors right off the bat. So if you see something good, you have to be on top of it right away. So
Yeah.
a couple of deals I kind of, actually I think I picked the right one, after a year of searching. But I was in 3 or 4 deals where basically I feel like I would miss out if I purchased that property versus what I purchased in Indiana. So I purchased it's a small home. It's going to be we're gonna call it lake house, although it's not directly on a lake. It's couple miles, couple of miles away.
Stop with this lake house thing.
Yes. But you can hey, listen,
lake
guys.
house.
That's my next marketing step. So
Yeah.
guys, in 6 months, I'm gonna transfer this into like a high end Airbnb.
Yeah.
So and then I mean, right now it's gonna be currently for friends and family, and Mike definitely will invite you
See, guys,
with your son.
I am family, but do you guys here? Tell everybody something funny about our relationship and how you are not either my cousin, you are my what?
What do you mean?
What are you to me?
well, here's this. Well, I mean, I
You're
don't
my
know.
uncle.
Yeah. Well, yes, I'm his uncle.
Right,
Yes.
right, right. So tell everybody how because me and you are obviously close in age. So tell everybody how you're my uncle.
Well, I guess it's my father, my father, and his sister, which was your father's mother. And that's how basically we're a family. So it's a situation where basically yes, they had multi baby families back in the days where basically it was spread out. Like my father was the youngest one, and then the oldest brother, which just currently passed away, he was like 20 years older. So it's like and your father's mom actually was I think 10 years older than my
Mhm.
father. So that's how basically, that's how the age difference kind of got close, where basically we're almost the same age. So
Look at you being all comfortable. I'm like hunched over. I'm in my own studio here. Why am I hunched over? Pretty weird, right? Well, first of all, my sincerest condolences for him. He just recently passed away.
here just listening, Wujek Waldek.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wade Valdick.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
so it's Wally in English, right?
Wally. Yeah.
Yeah, Wally. So Wujek Waldek passed away. God rest his soul. I think I had a chance to meet him. Maybe I don't know what, maybe once even in my life. Maybe when I was a kid, right? When I was in Poland, when I was like maybe 12 or 13.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Actually, he was here in America. I don't know if you remember him from America, but he was here for I think 20 years, and then like
When you say that, I think of the movie Coming to America with Eddie Murphy. Oh, I'm in America. Hello.
yes,
You know that movie Coming to America?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's a good movie, right?
it's a
With
very
Eddie
good
Eddie
movie.
Murphy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rewatch that movie actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, our the camera changed. Weird. Let me take a look at that here. What happened here? There we go. All right, here we go. For some reason, our camera shifted. Yeah. So, anyways,
How do we? So like we were talking about the lake house, right?
yeah,
So Mike, I gotta tell you, I call it a lake house because the real estate agent gave me like this thing after the closing. It's but we're close enough to the lake where basically we can ride a bike, and then we can get some jet skis down the line, and maybe be on Lake Michigan.
yeah,
Hopefully this summer. And then after I feel like I you know get bored with it, I guess, or like I would want to venture out more. I could possibly leave this and possibly rent it. That's why I actually purchased this property. So I feel like okay, now people invest in different stuff. Now I decided to start investing in myself,
yeah, yeah.
and then
Self development is huge. I
yeah.
mean, I've been investing in myself for what I mean, man. I mean, actually, a lot. Just been a year and a half right now. Like, we're just going really, really crazy at it. With
Yeah.
courses and communities and networking and flying and going out to all these different events has been like nonstop for me. Reading books, listening to motivational speakers, people that are doing and are where I want to be.
Yeah,
So self development, I think, is key before anything else, right? It's all about your mindset, right? Got to
exactly.
change your mindset to
Hmm.
change your life.
Hmm.
You know.
Hmm.
So yeah, I definitely agree with you there 100% for sure. So you were talking about we were talking about Vujek Valdik and everybody else. Recently, our aunt, which to you is a cousin, right? My aunt is your cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chichabane.
Hmm.
Yeah, Chichabane had a little bit of an episode. It's kind of scary.
What happened to her?
Well, she ended up just basically fainting in Vujek Yannick's arms,
Ugh.
and yeah, and she lost like she just completely went out. Ended up in a hospital, and thank God that he took her there so fast because he called the ambulance. They came in, everything else, and he got really worried. It was like one of the times where he got super, super worried about what happened. and luckily she's okay. But she was in the hospital for I think a couple days, and everything was okay. But it was a scare. It was scary. It was a scary thing.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I
I
called and everything else, and it was pretty scary. Yeah.
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of flus going around. My son just recently had influenza A and RSV at the same time. Can you believe that?
No.
RSV and influenza A. It's almost like you're going outside and just catching things. Right here,
Yeah.
influenza A, influenza B. It's like, man, what is going on? And so and you look at all these things and you're like wondering like, what are all these signs like, flu shot here, flu shot there, like, I don't really believe in getting flu shots all the time. I really do, but man, when it hits you, I guess it hits you pretty hard because I had to take him to the doctor, and he was actually laying down. And I took him to the doctor, and he was laying down, and he was just so weak. He was so weak, that Rafael from Spain. He was so weak that I laid him down, and we went ahead, and I was waiting for a doctor, and he was just laying there on his back, and he wasn't moving, and I've never seen my son Tyler in that position before, because he's always like a very go happy kid, and he's always running around, jumping around, smiling, having fun with people. When you first meet him, he's kind of like a little bit more introverted and shy, and then he becomes more like happy and jolly. I mean, like when I literally was watching him, his eyes were closed, he was very pale, he was like all bundled up in a jacket, and I was like, "Tyler, Tyler, Tyler," and I put my cheek on his cheek, and I almost started crying, man. It was just so emotional, because it's just my son. I've never seen him in such a vulnerable state. I can't imagine parents seeing their kids in vulnerable states, like, beyond that, I don't wanna ever experience that, but just that alone, just,
See, that's what I'm saying. Like our kids, we should take care of them. They inspire us. I believe that Tyler, same thing,
yeah,
inspires you.
yeah,
Same thing like my daughter. Like believe it or not, those kids like grow up so fast. It just we. I feel like we have to kind of help them a little bit down the line. To be better than what we were.
yeah,
Have maybe easier start. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because obviously we did not have an easy start.
yeah.
As you can remember. So, and it's like you make yourself, through the years of hard work, better and better, and then start down the line investing your money and doubling money and hopefully doubling more.
Well, what you want you for
Yeah,
forget doubling your money, 10x your money, like Grant Cardone says, right?
yeah,
The 10x rule, right?
yeah.
What's let's talk about a little bit about construction, because I don't want to kind of get carried away here with like our personal stories and stuff. Why don't you tell the people, right? Tell the
Yeah.
people, tell the audience, what kind of construction work do you specialize in, right? Because I don't want you being a shitty painter and saying you can paint a whole house.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you tell the audience what kind of work you actually do specialize in and do well?
Yeah.
Okay, and what areas? Because obviously you're not nationwide, right? We live in the Chicago suburbs, right?
Yes.
Like, guys, when you guys think of Chicago, right? There's like me and then this guy, we don't live in Chicago is Chicago, right? Where the war zones, right? So Chicago is a gorgeous city, but just like everywhere, you have pockets, right? And we're like very, very further out pocket, right? Half an hour pocket away from the actual beautiful downtown city of Chicago. So tell the audience, what kind of work do you do? Um, what kind of work do you specialize in, and what have you done? And this camera just keeps moving around by itself. I think my settings are messed up on it, but go ahead.
Okay. So now to tell you what I specialize in, we specialize in all carpentry work. Yet I am GC general contractor, where basically we take on bigger projects than just just a small kitchen, or we take on additions. Just recent project is a was a beauty empire in Bartlett, where basically we did most of the carpentry work, drop ceiling, and everything like that. So uh, most of my work recently started converting into commercial world,
Mhm.
and where I see basically as a carpenter, it just gave me opportunity to do whole lot more than I was actually realizing. So and yes, we used. I mean, I to give you like like what we did throughout the years. I started off in residential remodeling, where basically it was like all bathrooms, kitchens, and floors and all the other stuff. Where basically I see where my true passion is through carpentry, through building stuff, through and basically the projects are getting bigger and bigger. Hopefully, stays that way. But construction is competitive. Like you said, there are guys basically will be less expensive than me, but sometimes it's about the quality and the people that you hire is very important. I think
Yeah.
and it just throughout the years, I believe I gain a lot of trust through a lot of people, and we are located we are we our area of work is west suburbs of Chicago. So my office is in Bloomingdale, and we work all around throughout the areas from Wheaton to Roselle, Schaumburg areas,
Mhm.
Bartlett, Edison,
Basically all the good areas.
all the good areas. I don't want to work in no shitty areas. How about that?
The good
No, no,
areas.
no, no, no. Listen. I'll come out to Edison, like
Okay, okay, okay. He's laughing at it because I live in Addison, but Addison's it's a very nice area, guys.
Listen,
It's a nice area.
yes, actually, your area is super nice.
Yeah,
It's very close to Medina. It's one of the nicest areas.
yeah.
But not all Edison is that way. This.
No, no. There's pockets.
There's pockets just like in every
yeah.
area.
There's every area. You got pockets. So
Yes, Mike. So we try to not necessarily stay in those super nice areas, but honestly, just people appreciate my quality. My
yeah.
quality, my craftsmanship in those areas, and just I feel like in other areas there are people that basically are doing the stuff themselves.
Mhm.
There is some handy people that rather do it themselves than hire me.
Yeah.
So I can't compete with that. How about this?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why maybe I stay in a little bit nicer areas where um, people don't have as much skills or the tools to do it, and we service all of that. Yeah.
Have you seen inflation and the cost of lumber, the cost of materials, affect your business?
Well, actually, it's not necessarily the cost of lumber. I don't think right now. It's a cost of everything. Everything went up. I think from 30 to 40%, and the lumber actually went down. So if you remember like the COVID times, the standard price for a 2x4, like 8 footer, it's like $3. Now, like when the COVID hit, the prices look like we couldn't get any lumber. So the prices of like like a single, like a stud, you had to pay triple. You had to
Mhm.
pay $9 to $10. So now everything went down. You can still like the lumber cost went down, but still everything else is up. So I feel like it's the actual materials that are driving the actual cost up. Of all of the construction. So until that gets brought down a little bit, we're gonna have high cost of construction.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, you have to have quality employees and everything like that. Where uh, you know, uh, you know, it's all about quality.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably the hardest thing is quality employees. That's the key word right there, quality, right?
Yeah,
Quality
yeah,
people that you can rely on, people
yeah.
people that can do the job at
Yes,
least 70% of what you could do, right? Because you can't expect to replicate yourself unless you're AI.
yes. I try to train people right now.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, if I go into you mentioned Spanish people, where basically I feel like those are the most hardworking people, and it's just I started investing time in training like couple of Spanish people who are basically just paying off for me big time, where basically every one of my friends, construction friends, is like they want to borrow my Juan. It's like, no, he's mine.
Yeah.
Okay, so like don't even think about my Juan. I trained him. I
Yeah.
put money into him.
Yeah.
And now you want him.
Yeah.
It's just for free like
Yeah.
this.
Keep your hands
Yeah.
off my lawn. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
Juan
agree.
is phenomenal,
Yeah.
guy. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know. I don't have. I mean, I have so much good stuff to talk. Tell you guys about him. But he's a employee where basically he listens. I show him something and then he does it, and he
Yeah.
doesn't complain, and just he just needs more work. And I feel like I disappoint him if I don't give him work 7 days a week.
Yeah. Well,
It's just that's
yeah.
how hard working this guy is. He
Yeah.
wants to work 7 days a week, and just it just I don't want to have so much. I mean, I want to take a break, for
Yeah.
family and everything like that. But
Yeah.
he came here to make money,
Yeah.
and I truly appreciate his hard work, and I feel like that's where we should be investing, like into hiring
Once.
no more Spanish people, because I've
Yeah.
tried to hire many different people, but
Yeah.
mostly Polish people. But all of a sudden, that I'll tell you a little bit about it. But we
Yeah, say whatever you want. This is not, guys. This is not a politically correct channel. So if you want us to be politically correct, please log off, because that's not how we're going to be talking on this channel. So go ahead, talk about it.
yeah. You know what? I mean, maybe I shouldn't, because I mean, here's the thing. I mean, obviously in construction, there's many things that get involved in hiring the right contractor, hiring the right people. Because I mean, obviously, you can basically hire somebody, give somebody, let's say, a deposit, and then all of a sudden, not see that person ever again, or maybe have that job halfway done. So that's why I feel like, when I hire people, I hire the people that I can trust
Yeah.
with, I can bring into my house and everything like that. So and that's very important to have, you know uh very good people around you,
Yeah.
so they can, you can grow your company with them. You know
Yeah.
what I
No,
mean?
I'm with you. I am. I love. I mean, Hispanic people are probably like the hardest working people out there. I used to specialize in ITIN loans. I don't know if you know this or not. So an ITIN loan is a identification tax ID number. So basically, people, it doesn't have to be Hispanic. Anybody can go and apply for one that's here illegally. And the benefits you basically get is you pay taxes, right? And by paying taxes, the benefits that you receive is that you could purchase a home. So you could be a homeowner in America and being illegal. I know it's one-sided. It's a strange thing, but it's out there. So they're called I-10 loans. And I couldn't tell you, like, I mean, when I was doing loans for these people, I'm in office, and they would have regular jobs, making regular average income. Some of them had 2 or 3 jobs, working super hard for the family. But do you know what was astonishing about these individuals that were coming into my office? Just regular working folk.
They knew how to save the money.
They knew how to save the money.
You have to live within your budget.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
not to overspend or over exceed your spendings,
Yeah.
because I mean, yeah, you know what? I've seen a lot of people that make ton of money and they cannot save a dime.
Yeah.
They're in debt.
They're in debt. Yeah.
So like, for everybody that is listening, I feel like the message
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
stay within your budget.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Always.
live underneath your means, but that's very hard to do because you want to keep up with the Joneses. But going back to these people coming to my office, I am not lying when I tell you guys this. I had a guy that was making like $40,000 a year. Okay, I think his wife was making like $13 an hour, is what, like around there, and they had like $100,000 saved up in a savings account. $100,000, making 30, 40 grand a year, and they had 100 grand saved up for the house. I was like, how? Yeah, I was I'm doing loans for all these Americans that make like 100, 200K a year salary, all these, all suited up, driving up with their BMWs and stuff. And they're like, what's the minimum down payment for a house? I'm like, 3%? Oh, do you guys do down payment assistance? I'm like, down payment assistance, bro, you're making 200 grand a year. What kind of assistance do you need? I mean, the only assistance I could give you is possibly assistance in financial literacy. I don't know what else to tell you besides maybe sell that BMW, buy yourself a Kia or a Honda, get rid of that $1 million house, stop giving an allowance to your wife, and maybe you'll be fine. So,
Yeah.
that was one time I really laughed. I couldn't laugh. I couldn't. I was about to just start laughing so hard when this guy pulled up making like 150K a year. He's like, we do down payment assistance. I'm like, bro, are you serious? What is going on in this world? And then you have these beautiful Hispanic people coming in, so happy, just to get just to be a homeowner and have that piece of that American dream, that we all strive to have, which
Yeah.
now it's unachievable for most people, right?
Slow is becoming unachievable.
Yeah, completely unachievable right now. I mean, wages are stagnant.
Yeah.
Inflation is sky high. All that stuff they talk about, inflation is going down. Where? You know what's crazy? I literally went to Dunkin' Donuts, and I never thought about this, right? But I drink matcha lattes, right? I've been buying my matcha lattes for years, okay? And recently I'm like, how much for a small matcha latte? She's like $6.35. I'm like, for a small one? I'm like, what's a medium one? She's like, $6.56. I'm like, then give me the damn medium one. What if over here for 30 cents? But I'm like, man, you know what? $6.35. Guy, if you really think about it, $6.35 over a small matcha latte.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? I think I was paying like $2 or something like before COVID, or I don't know, half of what we're paying now. So I'm like, if I drink two matchas, and I'm not penny pinching or anything, but I refuse to spend almost $7 on some fermented green tea with water. And I also put an almond milk in there, so it's a little bit more expensive, I guess, because I can't drink regular milk, so I do almond milk. So my thing is matcha latte, almond milk, medium. That's what gets me going in the morning because I can't drink coffee. I don't know if you can know this or not, but I can't drink coffee because I have really bad acid reflux. So coffee is very acidic, and it just hurts me all day. So once I turn to matcha lattes, I've been golden. But man, that's $6.35. Man, it just got me. I just couldn't. I don't know. I just can't do it no more.
Yeah. Well, well, here's this. What you have to do, buy yourself a coffee maker. Like calculate how much you spend over last year for your specialty drink and everything like
Yeah.
that, and just what you have to find ways to kind of where you can save the money. You know what I mean? And I feel like I feel like people are not realizing, like you said, the inflation is not going down. I don't think the interest rates are going down. um Maybe, okay, well, the interest rates just did go down, right?
No, they went back up.
Went
They
back
went
up.
up.
Now, okay, so that's all good. Now tell me, like, even if they drop the rates, now what is that gonna mean to the market? The housing market, the houses are gonna go up
Yeah.
again
Yeah.
because of that,
Yeah.
right?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because people are going to go crazy again. And all of you people that were out there, it was just so psychotic to me when I was watching this, even on the news. Some of you guys were standing outside these houses. 50 of you were going inside a house, making 50 offers and overbidding on this house by $50,000. And all of you realtors out there were clapping that your year is going to be this fantastic year. And it wasn't because of your hard work. It wasn't because you're amazing. It was because people were going crazy. They thought that they thought that they're not going to be able to be homeowners because of everything that the government was saying. We're obviously raising rents, we're going to be raising rates and everything else, and then the whole COVID thing happened. But my God, like, even as a person, a responsible, licensed individual, like having a fiduciary duty to somebody, is saying, hey, is it really that smart to like overpay $50,000 or 100 grand for a house? Like it's a house, right? It's a house, so it's like it should
No,
be an
it's not
investment.
smart. But I feel like some people have capital gain problems. They have make too much money, and then all of a sudden, I guess they do overpay. I don't know.
I'm just talking about the average person that's
No,
upside
it's
down.
no,
That's upside down.
that's totally doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. See, yeah. So now I mean, I try to work. I mean, I always work hard and try to save my money. Always like those Mexicans that you said,
Yeah.
and you know me.
Yeah.
I've been like that, and it just and then right now I'm thinking where I can double my money. And then like I feel like
Think of 10x. Don't think of doubling.
I always think of doubling, right? We always have to think
Well,
double.
you have to think. You have to think outside. Outside, you got to think
Well,
deeper.
you know what? Yes, yes. You know what? And I feel like what, Mike. Going back to real estate, any investment, any real estate purchase that you make, it's something that will stay with you. I'm a not a big fan of. Uh, I don't know. Maybe we won't agree on this of flipping, but I feel like every property that I purchase, I feel like maybe that's a problem with me. I get too attached. You know what I mean? Maybe that's
Yeah.
gonna change down the line. With me purchasing this property in Indiana, because right now I love that property more than I like my house.
Yeah.
It's just I'm paying to give you comparison in Texas, right? So like I'm paying 6,500 for like a ranch, like not even 1,500 square foot home in Illinois.
Yeah.
And in Indiana, if that was my primary, I would be paying 2,300.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
that's like that's a house. That's a house like in a prime area. Where basically over here, I'm like, what? Where is prime about? Hanover Park, nothing.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
you're further from, definitely out there in the boonies a little bit.
Yeah. Yes, it's not a prime area. Like it's just and like look at the Texas. Like what do we
Yeah.
have here? Right? It's
Yeah.
like that's why people are moving out to different states.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like whoever, like, I might be thinking of retirement too fast, but if you don't think about it now, when are you gonna start thinking about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're actually about to retire, then I feel like then I would be just want to be relaxing, or like maybe enjoying my time,
Yeah.
with my daughter or
Yeah.
grandkids or stuff like this. So
Yeah.
I feel like we have to, what, and funny thing is, like, one good client of mine told me, like, I asked her, like, she purchased multiple properties throughout the years, and I asked her if, like, Mary, like, when is a good time to purchase the property? And she looked at me, she said, always.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Always.
I agree.
When you have the money, just some sort of down payment,
Yeah.
and just purchase it. And all of a sudden, the equity that you will have in your property that stays with you, versus, let's say, you purchase a car. You buy a new car, and then all of a sudden you're losing equity in your car. You're losing everything. You're losing the value of the car, and then all of a sudden, the way I look at car has to make the money for me. Like, has to be making money, every day, driving me my tools and everything to work.
Yeah.
And that I see as a good investment.
Yep.
That is making me money.
100%. And the funny thing is, when she said always, you still gotta buy, obviously, real estate in a smart way, right? You can't be like these people that were overbidding by like $50,000-$100,000.
Yeah.
And then 6 months, a year later, they're like fully regretting because that's not the house that they wanted, but their realtor pushed them into it because they said, you got to buy now. Rates are going up, inventory is going low. And all of a sudden, you got all these millennials with these houses that they completely hate and that they want to sell. And then they can't sell because they're upside down, because they got a down payment assistance loan, or they got an FHA loan, or they put down 3%. And then houses they overpaid by 50 grand. Even though if a house went up a little bit, right? Those people that overpaid, their houses didn't go up. It's going to take a while for their house to go up. So now you have these people
Yeah,
that have bought those houses
you're totally right.
are upside down, and now if they sell them, they got to pay. They got to pay to get out of the house. So because they got to pay the real estate commissions, they got to pay the closing costs, and so a lot of them have to bring money to closing to get out of their houses. And the funny thing is that people don't talk about net seller sheets, which is what the realtor is supposed to provide for you to show you how much money you're getting. Do you think there'll be a lot of people out there that would actually list their house if they knew they would have to bring money to closing? No. But what happens is these realtors, they inflate the prices. They inflate the prices on the market, hoping some guy's going to come up here and give them the price that they want. But hey, that's not happening. That's
No.
not happening. So like my business taking over like more existing mortgages and sub two. That's why subject two is so popular right now, is because you have all these people that have gotten either a VA loan or an FHA loan or a down payment assistance loan. Like that guy was making 150K a year, right?
No.
And now they want to sell and they can't because they don't have the money to bring in. And the camera did the same thing again. Stupid camera. Oh, it like goes back to normal tracking. It's so weird. And then they go back to the same exact thing again, So it's just yeah, it's just strange. I don't know why that happens, but it happens. So, but anyways, we've been talking for quite a while, huh?
I know.
It was supposed to be like a 5-minute thing, and we've had a conversation about family, work,
Yeah.
and people that work with us, right? Team members. I mean, stories. I mean, this is a pretty good life, to be honest with you. So I'm tired. I've been up since 6:30 a.m. today, so I'm pretty tired, and I still got work to do. I mean, I don't feel like doing anything right now, but I gotta do some stuff. But first of all, thank you for coming out here. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Thank you for being a guest on the Creative Mike show. I guess it's a show now. So,
It's a show.
It's a
Okay.
show.
It's a show. And one of the first guests or what? Like, what is this? You already had some other guests?
So
I'm in the first top 10?
you're the first guest with my beautiful green grass wall.
Okay. See,
and with the neon
and
sign.
just you have to say like at least it will stay forever right now.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we have stapled it.
Yeah, so we use the staple gun to do all this stuff here. But yeah, but anyways, not to get off track. I don't know why my camera's becoming all crazy. It like changes direction after a certain amount of time. I think I'm still getting used to this whole system, so just before you go home to your beautiful family, your wife, your beautiful daughter, and relax. It's a Friday, right? Appreciate you
Yeah.
coming out here. It's snowing outside. You came out here. You're my favorite uncle. I want to let you know that.
Okay. You're my favorite. What should I call you, nephew?
Yeah, you call me
my
nephew, whatever.
You're my favorite nephew. And
Yeah.
and we have to. And I feel like Mike, every year brings more and more better stuff. And I feel like we have a great president. Not to get off track, but I feel like we should think of it. I actually made my move before he got elected president. I told myself, if he's not getting elected, I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make myself America great again.
Yeah.
And you have to think about yourself, about your family, about making yourself better. And
Yeah,
that's it.
government's not going to help you. I don't care if you're
No.
blue. I don't care if you're blue, red, green, orange, purple. It's all you. It's all you. If you think the government's going to help you or is going to change your life, boy, you got something else coming.
You know what democracy word is? It's fancy for slavery.
Oh, look
You,
at you!
you didn't know that?
Look at you being deep on that one, huh? Democracy, fancy for slavery.
Okay, let's not get off track.
Yeah,
listen, I just recently turned a Republican. Well, not necessarily Republican, but I didn't even tell you that. I'm not even gonna own a Illinois driving license.
Whoa,
That's how deep this is.
Wait.
I'm a red collar.
So you're gonna surrender.
I'm gonna
Your
surrender my
Illinois driver's license.
to become
So completely revoked. You're no longer going to be an Illinoisan. I don't even know if that's even a word anymore.
Well, yes, I'm gonna be
an Indian.
An Indian, a redneck Indian,
An Indian,
Polish redneck Indian.
yeah.
You could call me like that.
Okay, got it. So here's the thing. So tell everybody the name, because no one even knows what your company is even called, right? So I'm gonna give you the opportunity. I'm gonna give you 60 seconds, okay, to give your elevator speech, who your company is, what your core values are, your contact information, and what's the best way to get a hold of you. 60 seconds on the clock right now. I think when I do that, the camera does that. Go ahead,
Yeah,
hold on.
guys. So we do all kinds of remodeling, interior areas, Bloomingdale, Roselle, Wheaton, Bartlett, and um, basically, you have to call us. We have architects ready, designers to help you guys out with starting out some of those projects, and then obviously we can help you guys, you know. Do all of that. Now, like to get into deeper, we are getting into commercial world where basically, I feel like uh, that's where basically where we're gonna specialize on the years, and hopefully we can expand on that as far as like commercial world and doing storefronts and stuff like this. So, but that's new year, that's new goals, and I feel like
What's the name of your company?
my company
For the love of God.
it's BGI Construction, Bohenko Group Improvements. My
Website?
website bgiremodeling.com, and phone number it's 773-732-0779.
Repeat that one more time. It sounded sexy.
It's 773-732-0779. A lot of sevens.
It sounds like you're calling the naughty line.
We should call this a naughty line. Yes, Mike. Yes. You always come up with some sort of good line to upsell my business. I appreciate you.
The naughty BGI line. Oh,
not the BGI. Hey, listen, guys. Bohenko Group Improvements. Okay, that's what you got.
BGI.
Don't call me BJs or something like that. Oh,
man,
BGI Construction, guys.
Hey, I'm the BGI Construction guy.
I'm a BJ.
Oh God!
My God!
All right, okay, all right. So I mean, let's listen. This was fun. This was fun.
Yeah.
Laughter is such good medicine. When it's been a long day today, I'm sure you had a long day.
Yeah.
And whenever it means you get together, it's like magic, right?
Yes.
But this time the magic happened on air, right?
Okay.
It happened on air. So we'll see if anybody requests you back on the show.
We'll see.
But once again, listen.
What is the purpose of this? Is what, like getting me some more jobs, or like what? Just fucking talk about it. I'm sorry.
No, this is I'm getting you more BGI jobs.
Like, this is not funny, man. You're making funny of the name. So you know what? I was thinking to actually change the name of my company to be
no. We're gonna keep it the naughty line and BGI. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I've laughed enough. It's fine. Look, I'm looking at my hand. There's no watch on it. It's almost 5 o'clock. I probably have like 20 text messages. I'm gonna go pick up my son though. But yeah, so I'm gonna pick up my son, and I got a bunch of people calling me about, and people sending me properties, all this stuff. So yeah, well, Rafael from Spain.
Yes.
From BGI.
BGI Bohenko Group Improvements.
Bohenko Group Improvements.
I have my last name in front of my company. So that's how.
To be honest with you guys, I don't think that's the truth. I just think he's just telling this just to tell you that.
trustworthy company.
But it probably it's an acronym for something else, something a little bit more naughtier. But anyway,
you are naughty, Mike. You are naughty. You have dirty mind.
No. It's just all good and fun. Sometimes you carry a little bit when you're having a good time, and but anyways, thank you so much. Thank you for being on the Creative Mike show. Appreciate you coming out here. And guys, like I said, if you guys are looking for a good, obviously funny, good looking, general contractor in the Chicagoland area that does good work, I can vouch for him. He did a bunch of stuff at my house and then a couple of my other houses. So yeah, just give him a call. You have his number, or if you didn't hear that number in that sexy voice for BGI, then just shoot me a DM.
773-732-0779.
Say it one more time for me.
773-732-0779.
Love it. Okay. All right. Well, enough of that. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for I'm sure we have comments. I can't see them. I don't know how to work this thing yet properly yet. I don't know where the comments and where the chat is and all that stuff. So it's really never working for me right now, but I don't really care. I'm having fun. Did you have fun today?
I did. I was stressed out about it, but I guess this was pretty fun.
But pretty fun, right? It's not bad.
It's pretty fun. I gotta watch this back.
Yeah,
where I'm, where I could have messed up. You kind of put me right on the spot. We're like, boom, we're rolling. So
yeah, you got to roll, man. You got to roll with the punches, right? You got to do a little stretch right now. You got to get back to that BGI work after.
Listen, you got to help me with the tools.
Yeah. I got you. All right. Well, do you want to? I mean, I guess that's it. There's nothing else to say. You got your company out there. People know who you are. Rafael from Spain, from BGI, right? So there we go. All right. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mike,
for joining. As always, stay creative, my friends.